when someone tells you exactly what they want, consent can become creative, it can become beautiful, it can be sexy as hell. And it's collaborative, right? Instead of playing a guessing game. Welcome to Come Talk with Amy, the podcast where sex isn't whispered about, it's talked about out loud. I'm Amy, your host and intimacy coach, here to spark raw, playful, and unfiltered conversations about relationships, desire, and everything in between. No shame, no scripts, just real talk about what really turns us on. Let's dive in. Hi everyone, welcome back to Come Talk with Amy. Today we are getting juicy. We are going to do a quickie. Just you and me talking all things come talk. So get settled, get comfortable. Let's get juicy. I want to take you inside a moment from the Paint Your Pleasure event that I co-hosted this month. You guys, it was so fun. I did a collaboration with Danny from Dan Art Studio, who is a body painter. It was so fucking beautiful. During Paint Your Pleasure, we did this beautiful consent activity that cracked people open in the softest and sweetest ways. I wish you could have been there. And I thought, let's talk about it. Let's bring my audience to see what one of my events looks like. So let's dig into all of the powerful goodness and talk about how amazing it is to ask for what you want, name what you want to give, yes, and maybe most importantly, say your no out loud and have it honored. So let's drop into that room together. Come on, loves. Okay, so walking into that night, the vibe was delicious. There were UV lights glowing over neon paint, neon candles flickering. We had little mirrors to reflect and look into our yummy eyes. There were soft shadows. Everyone was sitting close in a circle. It felt so warm and inviting, you guys. And I was pretty damn proud to work with Danny on creating that space in a place where everyone's body could feel a huge exhale and say, you know what? I can show up as myself here. That was our goal of the night too. Everybody be able to walk away and be reminded of how badass they were. And I think we got that. What I loved so much is how quickly people stopped performing and they just started looking inward. And each activity built on one another. So you could feel everyone in the room dropping into themselves, into their desires, naming their pleasures, their boundaries, feeling what their skin was craving and nourishing themselves. It was permission. Honestly, the consent activity was so beautiful and so intentional. We had dry brushes, we gave prompts, and everybody had 2 minutes to experience giving and 2 minutes to experience receiving. We started with the receiving, how you wanted to receive touch. After everyone had the opportunity to ask for how they wanted to receive, then we moved over to how we want to give. And we paired up in groups of 3, which was pretty cool. And people really liked that concept of pairing up in 3s versus just 2s. Round 1, everyone got to ask how they wanted to receive touched. And as I mentioned, round 2, everyone got to ask exactly the touch that they wanted to give. Most importantly, again, this was a consent activity. So they got to decide and really listen to their no's, both if they were asking and receiving the information. It was really magical to watch people melt into receiving. It was so fucking beautiful. Like just everybody with their dry paintbrushes, vocalizing what they wanted and asking for shifts as they went along within those 2 minutes and really watching the receiver be pampered by 2 other people. It was just so beautiful. Yeah, just like seeing how they shift, asking for slower movement, firmer pressure, lighter tickles without apologizing, and just watching those who were giving be accommodating. It was so beautiful to just witness that. And for those in the room, when you literally see their bodies soften, shoulders drop, chests open, their breath deepen, we switched over to the givers, right? They were so intentional with their touch and with the giving, and also with listening, right? And listening to that, what the receiver wanted and how they wanted to be touched. When someone tells you exactly what they want, consent can become creative, it can become beautiful, it can be sexy as hell. And it's collaborative, right? Instead of playing a guessing game. And one of the biggest reflections was how hard it was for people to ask to be touched in a certain way without worrying about the other person, right? So, recovering people pleasers who can relate. I know I can. And that's been with some of my guests, right? This is a recurring theme we hear, the people pleasing. That people pleasing reflex is so ingrained, and so many of us are wired to prioritize someone else's comfort over our own pleasure. And so that's why this activity was just so beautiful and profound, to have people recognize that internally for themselves. There was also another huge moment that landed in the room. Somebody practicing saying no, and nothing bad happened, right? It's okay to say no. In fact, it's so powerful to say no, to have your no listened to, and then to have that no honored. The world didn't end, right? We can say no, and it can be heard, and nobody has to get upset. It can be honored, respected, treated with respect, and not rejection, right? I think that's what a lot of us fear, is that fear of rejection. And that's what inhibits us often from stating what we really want and stating our no's, right? If you could feel the shift in that room, it was beautiful. It really was. By saying your no, your yeses become that much more real. So much more rooted, so much more embodied. Yes, right? Yes, we get a yes, we get a yes. The room was transformed. It was really, really beautiful. The consent-based activity was a pivotal moment in the middle of the event. It was just so beautiful and really set the stage for deepening and then being able to allow people to paint our bodies. Yeah. So I wanted to take you guys on that journey with me. And I loved what one participant shared with us after the event. They said Amy and Danny created a beautiful, safe, creative space for sensual play and exploration. Each activity built on the next to explore the senses, creativity, consent, and intimacy with self and others. I left feeling more alive and tuned into myself. Yummy. Yes, that's exactly what I felt too. That aliveness that comes from being witnessed, being touched with intention, and being allowed to take up space in your desires. Yes, we want that, right? Honestly, Danny and I are going to continue to do these events. The real takeaway is the importance of practicing both sides, right? Being a giver and being a receiver, and being able to state what you want to receive and also what you want to give, right? How you want to touch another individual, and being able to name that, and also being able to say your no clearly, like, so beautiful. Having that practice, building that confidence, and having it met with care, that's what builds trust. That's what builds that safety to really go deep with your intimacy. So, whether you're at the next event or you're at home with a partner, carving out intentional moments where one person receives and one person gives, it changes the entire landscape of intimacy. It makes pleasure specific instead of assumed, and it keeps connection honest, awake, and alive. Yes. And it was so beautiful to watch in that room and watch people like melt into this and feel the air changed. But yeah, it wasn't about the paint, right? It wasn't about the brushes. It was about being brave enough to let your desire take up space. And I want that for all of our listeners as well. So, loves, how can you incorporate this in your day to day? Do that with your partner. Next time you're naked, you're turned on, you want to feel everything a little more sinful, right? Ask for what you want and what you want to receive. That is what I want for you at home, to be able to ask for what you want to receive, the pleasure that you want to receive, to have your yes honored, your no honored, to revel in that pleasure. So I want you to practice at home being a receiver and being a giver. One great way to do that, because you know I love lube. Yes, I swear by it. And that's one thing to ask to bring in. Let's say for me, I want my partners to use lube. So for me, I have this beautiful Lubify Luxe Lube. You know that it's one of my faves. It's silicone based, it's sexy. Lubify just came out with travel sizes. Ooh, okay. I mean, it's so good, you guys. It's so good. It's like a serum. Like, your pussy and penis have never felt this good, I promise. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, sorry, I'm distracting myself. Be patient with me, loves. So, for instance, great way to practice this with your lover or whoever you're having sex with, right? Because we love a casual sex too. Hey, look at this sexy lube I have. I would love for you to drip this on my body. Move it around, smear it around, rub it in. Take your time. And let's get wet and wild. Or let's get slippery and sexy. Anyways, I'm being silly, but you guys, I'm obsessed with Luxe Lube. I'm moisturizing my hands. I do call like lube adult moisturization when I'm around, censoring. But yeah, oof, I know. It's like skincare for down there. So that's just one option for asking for what you want in a playful, pleasurable way, right? It could be something small as bringing in lube, drip that on me, rub it in, and slip yourself in, right? How sexy is that? Bring in the dirty talk in asking for consent. Make sure that your ask is listened to and their response is also listened to and honored, right? Anybody who's been following me for a while knows that I'm a huge Lubify fan. It's all like natural, safe ingredients. It's so luxurious and so good for your private areas. And it's so silky and smooth, and a little goes a long way. It helps with overall performance. I love lube. I feel like everyone needs to add lube. It's not a matter of, now I'm getting on my lube soapbox. Okay, Amy, I get it. That's for another time. But I will always say lube. But yeah, so we do have a giveaway going on too right now until November 30th for my Patreon, for people who subscribe, anyone who signs up. Right now, my Patreon, you can get foreplay and aftercare tiers. January 1st, those tiers are going to be both going up. Right now, you can get both of them as a first comer. The first comer tier for $5 a month. And as long as you stay subscribed, it's $5 a month. So for anyone who enrolls before November 30th, you will automatically be entered to win a Lubify Lube, not the small guy, the big one, which is I think it's $30 or $40. And then also the Touchy Feely game, which Candace from Touchy Feely was on, and so was Lubify. She was episode 2. So we have some really good giveaways coming up as well. So subscribe and ask for what you want. Receive. Practice receiving and asking for what you want. And also practice saying no. All right, my loves. Thank you for joining me for this quickie. I want to hear what you and your partners end up doing for your asking and for your receiving and how it goes. So make sure to slide into my DMs or add a comment to the podcast and let us know how your intimacy stays electric, playful, and real. Go out there and practice, have fun, and everyone enjoy your holidays. As always, remember to masturbate, lubricate, and get 8. And as always, thank you for coming. Please come again, and come again. Okay, here's the deal. I opened a first comer tier on Patreon. And yes, the name is intentional. For $5 a month, you get both foreplay and aftercare, the spicy behind the scenes, and the deep, lingering conversations. But listen, if you join before November 30th, You're also automatically entered into my Black Friday giveaway. I'm giving away 3 pleasure bundles. Each one comes with a touchy-feely intimacy game and a bottle of Lubify Luxe Lube. 3 winners. I announce them December 1st over on Instagram, and the first comer tier, that price only lasts until January 1st. After that, the doors stay open, but the price goes up. So if you're gonna come early, come first. Links in the show notes. I'll see you inside. All right, listen, I'm doing something for the people who like to come early and come often. From now until November 30th, anyone who joins my Patreon is automatically entered into a Black Friday giveaway. I'm giving away 3 little pleasure bundles. Each one comes with a touchy-feely intimacy game and a bottle of Lubify Luxe Lube. 3 winners. I announce them December 1st on Instagram. So if you've been flirting with joining, this is your sign to stop lurking and get in the room. Foreplay and aftercare are waiting. Links in the show notes. Go on, treat yourself.